Hey y'all, in this video I'm going to show you how to make this incredibly useful hanging tin can caddy. This is incredibly useful for teachers, homeschoolers, or for your own kids. You can make a bunch of them in solid colors like this, a different color for each kid, and then just let them glue on pom-poms, buttons, decorations. Let them make it their own. Hang this on a command hook or on a nail. They can store colored pencils, scissors, glue sticks, what have you. Or you can use it like I do in the craft room for my paintbrushes. Anyway, stay tuned and I'll show you how to make it. To start off with is make a magic circle. Stop being intimidated by the magic circle. The magic circle is just a slip knot that has not been tightened down. Alright, so let's start off by making our slip knot like so. Now leave it alone. Don't pull it tight. Put your hook in that loop and we're going to be working into this circle, okay? So let's get our yarn held correctly, and you're going to chain 1, and now you're going to work 6 single crochets into this circle. 1, and I do my magic circles a little bit differently, but I know that's confusing for some people. This is the easy way to do it. I'm just not used to holding it that way. Okay, so there's our 6, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold on. I was talking to you. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, 6. I can count to 6, I promise. Okay, now just tighten that down and we have this. Now what we're going to do is we are going to increase in every stitch all the way around. So we have 6 now. We're going to wind up with 12. And if you have a difficult time trying to find your first stitch to work into when you're doing the magic circle, just count backwards. This is the last stitch we made, so go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and that is the stitch that you need to go into, okay? So let's go in there, and we're going to increase like I said. I like to do my first set of increases, and then I pull it tight, and then I'm going to lay this down, and I'm going to knot my yarn. So many people say, well, don't use the magic circle because it comes apart. I have never in my life had a magic circle to come apart. Why? Because I knot the ends just like so. All I'm doing is just tying a knot. Okay? After I did my first increase, I just tied a knot. And I'm going to cut that short like that because I'm not even going to worry about working it in because there's going to be a can down in there, okay? So that was 1, 2. And then we're going to do 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. All right. So now we have done our increase, and now you're going to want to start marking your rows just to help you keep track. So I think I have a piece of pink yarn. Why are you doing this? All right. So we're going to use this piece of pink yarn. So we have increased all the way around. So we now have 12 stitches. So for row number 3, we are going to be making another increase row. And this is the way I like to mark mine. I just lay my piece of yarn there, hold it with this hand. Now let's continue. So we're going to increase. We're going to increase here and then make 1 single crochet in the next stitch. Okay, increase, whoopsie doodle, increase, which is 2 single crochets in the same stitch, and then 1, increase, and then 1, increase, and then 1, increase, and then 1, increase, and then 1. Okay, now we have 18 stitches. I'm going to pull this out. All right, moving on to round number 4, another increase row. So we're going to increase, see, 2 stitches in the same stitch, increase, and then do 2 single crochets. 1, 2. See, there's an increase right there, and then 1, 2. All right, so let's do that again. Increase, and then 1 and 2. Increase, 1 and 2. All right, do that until you get to the end of this round. All right, so now we have 24 stitches all the way around. So now we are moving on to round number 5. This is going to be another increase row. So you're going to increase. So put 2 singles in the same stitch. We're going to increase and then do 3. 1, 2, 3. See? Have your increase right there, which is 2 stitches together, and then 1, 2, 3. And you're going to repeat that all the way around. So you're going to increase and then go 1, 2, and 3. Increase, 1, 2, and 3. Okay, do that all the way around and I'll come back. All right, so now we have 30 stitches. This next round, round number 6, is going to be another increase round. Okay, bear with me, we're getting there. We're getting there. So now what you want to do, increase and then 4 single crochet. I got it. I got it. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, let's get some yarn. All right, so there's our increase, 2 stitches in the same one, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we're going to increase again, and then 1, 2, 3, and 4. Increase, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, so I've made my way all the way back around, and now we have 36 stitches. Now this is how you're going to determine how big to make the bottom. So like I said, this looks to me like just a standard soup can, and that's what this is designed to fit, of course. So you're going to lay this onto the bottom, and you see how it fits perfectly. It overhangs just a tiny little bit. So I'm going to leave this at this size. Now this is really the only adjustments that you're going to need to make for the width of your can. If you want it to be bigger, just keep making your increase rows around and around, following the increase rules of crochet, okay? You know how we did increase and then 1 crochet around. Increase 2, increase 3, increase 4, increase 5, increase 6, increase 7. That's how you get a bigger circle, okay? So right now, this is the size that we need. So we're going to stop at the increase and then 4 single crochet, okay? So we're just going to stop here. Let's set the can over here. Let me get a marker. So now for round number 7, we're going to be working in the back loops only. That is what is going to cause our work to kind of take a turn and go straight up to fit our can, okay? Not our can, the food can. You can make one to fit your can if you want to. Whatever you want to do with your yarn and your life. But anyway, what we're going to do, this is the next stitch that we need to go into. So if you turn your work and look directly on top of this stitch, you see how there is a line here, and then there's a line here, okay? You want to take your hook and go down between those 2 lines, like so. That is the back loop, and then make your single crochet. You see how it leaves part of the stitch, a little loop in the front? All right, so we're going to do the next one. Look at it from the top. Here are these 2 lines here. You want to go down in the center. Okay, so that's your back loop. All right. Now you're going to do this all the way around. So like I said, we have 36 stitches now. So you're going to be working in the back loop of all 36 of those stitches. So let me come back around and we shall move on and make the actual can part. All right, so we have made our way all the way back around, working in all of the back loops. Now what we're going to do is we're going to get our hair off here. I'm shedding. It's the winter time and I'm shedding. So now for rows 8 through 22, We're just going to do a single crochet in each stitch all the way around, just like you normally would, okay? No working in the back loops or anything for this. So now that we've done in the back loops, you might see where these stitches might look a little weird. Just pay close attention and put your hook through both of the loops there, just like you would a normal single crochet, and just work your way around like you normally would. Now, your work is going to start to curl up like this. Make sure that the pretty side, the bottom, is the one facing you. So as you work up, you know, just make sure that you turn your work and kind of fold it, I guess you could say, along that line where we did those back loop stitches. And it's going to turn out just fine. And even if you start stitching the wrong way, it's okay. You can turn it right side out anytime you want to. Don't worry about messing this up because you're not going to. All right, so we are going to carry on, my wayward son, and complete this all the way through row 22. Once we get through row 22, I will show you how to make the hanging portion of it. And then we can finish it off and start putting it to use. Okay, so we are finished with round number 22, and now we are going to go on to 23. Let me get my thingy here. So now what we're going to do is we're going to make the part that actually hangs. Now, listen, before we go on any further, if you want to make this taller, you can. Just keep adding on rows, okay? So if you have a bigger can, you just make this bigger, and then just make this taller, okay? But anyway, we're going to chain 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Okay, I don't really need that, do I? Because it's not going to stay there. Okie dokie. So we have chained 12. We're going to skip 3. Okay, so skip 1, skip 2, skip 3, and then single crochet into that 4th stitch. And now you're going to do 32 more single crochets. Just work your way all the way back around until you get to where you started on your little loop, okay? So after you skip your 3, you're then going to have 33 single crochets all the way back around to the loop, okay? So I'm going to do these 33 and be right back. All right, so we've worked our way all the way back around, and that last single crochet is going to end up in that stitch right there, right before the chain, okay? So now we're going to work into this loop that we made. You're going to do 18 single crochets into this loop, okay? So just take your hook and go in, and then do your single crochet. So that'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, and 18. Okay, now you're going to work in the remaining 33 single crochets until you get back around to your last stitch here, then we'll finish it off, okay? So you see this stitch right here? This is where we're going, right there, okay? So it'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, and then work the rest of them all the way around. All right, so we have worked our way all the way back around, and now if we finish off right here, we're going to have like a little bump right there, right? So what we're going to do in that next stitch is we're just going to do a slip stitch that will help it to taper down. See how it looks flatter? Chain 1, and then we're going to cut our yarn and pull it through. You see how that makes it look flat instead of having a bump? All right, so now let's get our yarn needle. This is my favorite type of needle here. I'll put a link to that down in the description box. There's a fly or something in here. Why? It's the winter time. Why is there a fly in here? I don't know. All right, so now I'm just going to run my yarn through a bunch of stitches. And when I say through the stitches, I don't mean under. I mean, I actually like work them through the center of the stitch the best I can. That helps the ends to just grab hold a little bit better. Okay. All right, so now let's trim this off. We're going to hold our scissors upside down, but what does it matter, really? All right, so now we're going to put this on our can, and it will be a tad bit snug, but that's okay. You don't want it to be insanely loose. Okay. And I'm going to pull this up. This can's got just a little bit of sticky on the back that I noticed. She didn't take off, but it's okay. All right, it is on there. And this is our little Caddy. And then you take this and you can just hang it up on a hook, on a command hook or whatever. And like I said at the beginning of the video, this is really good if you are a teacher, if you homeschool your kids, or even if you don't homeschool your kids. This is good for organization. You can make a bunch of these in a bunch of different colors. Each student gets their own color. You can hang it up. Let them decorate it. You know, you can make a bunch of just plain ones. You can let them glue on pom-poms and, you know, whatever little decorations that they want to glue on. Let them make it theirs. And you can fit a lot of stuff in here, actually. You can fit, you know, pens or pencils, crayons, glue sticks, scissors, all kinds of little supplies for them. But anyway, just something fun and useful to make. I hope you liked it. If you would, please give this video a thumbs up. Click subscribe. Check me out on other forms of social media, the links to all of which will be in the description box down below. And I hope to see y'all next time. Bye!